Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
guys, JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today, we're going to be doing my live watch-along of Manchester City's home game against West Ham United in the Premier League. It is, of course, our game in hand. And Manchester City, after being knocked off our pedestal, and which I'm hoping is going to be the last time between now and the end of the season, City know with a win today, we go top. And we also have another game in hand to go as well. We go before Arsenal at the weekend. So as I said, I'm hoping that this is going to be the point where City, we can pick up a win today, pick up a win at the weekend. If Arsenal can drop some points at the weekend away against Newcastle on Sunday, then that would be absolutely brilliant. And that could well, I'm hoping, to be the catalyst to see Manchester City stay top of the Premier League come the end of May, and City lifting that trophy at the end of May, which would be absolutely fantastic, and of course is going to be the aim for the club. So before I do crack on with all the talking points for this game, team news is out, rotation in place, and very interesting. But before I do speak about that, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do subscribe to my channel, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We're on that push to 29,000 subscribers. We're now less than 200 subs away. In fact, we're now less than 150 subscribers away. So any help towards that will be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget as well, email in the description and on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the live chat. I can see we've got Lesin on the chat. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for tuning in. Zed Gamer, thanks for tuning in, going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. Boy Racer, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated with Boy Racer. Hoping to get some rotation for Rodri. It'd be nice to be able to get, it'd be good for City to get into a position that we could see Kalvin Phillips come off the bench and get a good 20-25 minutes under his belt and maybe start against Leeds to give Rodri that little bit of rest that might just be needed to spearhead a lot of our senior first team players forward from here until hopefully the end of the season. So I think you're spot on there. I think City are just waiting to get into a position that some of these key players can be rotated. Some have been rotated for today. Some will get rotated, of course, as well at the weekend as well against Leeds. So we'll speak more about that when we get into the teams. I'll speak more about that. Manchester City fan, thanks for tuning in. Going for a big 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. John, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. And FIFA, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. At the ground, have a great time. Do enjoy it. And no, I'm just going to do my match review after the game. So I'm not going to be working with Martin for today. But if Martin wants me to work with anything, he knows where my DMs are and we can get something sorted. Big Morgan, thanks for tuning in. Reckons comfortable win tonight for the champs, which fingers crossed, hopefully that will be the case and City will become Premier League champions. It's all about putting ourselves into a position that we're in as strong a position going forward as possible. We're all concerned, obviously, about squad fatigue and getting some rest and everything. So, as I said, when we get onto the teams, we will. I'll speak about that and rotation in just a couple of minutes. I firstly wanted to say a big shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. You can go and check them out. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. It's a free app to download. It is available to those in the UK only who are 18 years old and over. And BetMate, they run lots of different pots, so they've got things like both teams to score, ACCAs on there, and they also have individual pots for games. So today we've got a Premier League Wednesday night double header, which you can join using code FF- Prem-0305, which is today's date, the 3rd of May. You've got around 20 minutes to go and join if you want to. It is a £5 entry fee. You can join for free by downloading the BetMate app and using my code JSGC10 on sign up, and you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join today's pot. The double header is made up of Liverpool against Fulham and Manchester City against West Ham, and you can pick up to 4 players from each team. Lots of fun. Much like fantasy football, you're awarded points for things like goals, assists, saves, clean sheets, tackles won, not being carded, things like that. It's a £400 pot, paying up to the top 20 places, 120 quid for the winner. What's not to like? Go and check out BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. So, got my team locked and loaded. I had to do a little bit of rotation. I spoke about this in my preview. I had Phil Foden in there. He's on the bench for City today, so I put Rodri in there instead. So, my team is locked and loaded just here. I've gone with Alisson of Liverpool in goal. I've got Anthony Robinson because I was impressed with how he played against City at the weekend. So, I've got Anthony Robinson and Virgil van Dijk as my two defenders. And then I've made the attack all about Manchester City. So, my midfield made up of Bernardo Silva and Rodri, and Riyad Mahrez and Erling Haaland are my two attackers for today. Got Riyad Mahrez as my vice-captain, and of course, Captain Erling Haaland as my other attacker. On the bench, I've got Fabianski of West Ham from this game. I've got Adara Bayo of Fulham on the bench, Fabinho, and Mo Salah as well. So if you want to come and join me and come and challenge me on BetMate, that would be much appreciated. Remember, I do give a shout out to whoever wins the pot at the end of this live watch along. As I said, links and details, they are in the description. Heading back to the live chat, Chaveka, I hope I've said your name correctly there, says squad looking strong as ever, feeling confident. Love that. Hopefully, big 3 points for City. Tandrew, thanks for tuning in, going for a big 4-1 victory for Manchester City. John matching that, going for a 4-1 victory today for Manchester City. More, thanks very much for tuning in, enjoying the haircut there. Thanks very much for that, do appreciate it. And DDD says, shame if we sell Palmer. I think he's a really good player. I'll speak about that once we've gone through the teams. You've got me to speak about some of the transfer stuff that's been floating around and the ticket stuff that's been going on and everything. We'll speak about that once I've got through the team. Alex, thanks for tuning in. Good evening. Hope you are well as well, my friend. So we're on that push towards 100 likes. We're now just 70 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Alex, thank you very much as well. So, shall we speak about the teams and shall we speak about the big elephant that's in the room in terms of goalkeepers and Pep Guardiola and rotation, because this is vintage Pep Guardiola. Didn't think you were going to do it, but does it surprise me? Absolutely not. So City starting today with Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal. Ederson, he's not injured. He's on the bench. He's fit. He's ready to go. He hasn't been dropped. Pep Guardiola has confirmed it is purely, and catch this everybody, Ederson's feeling tired, so he wants a rest, so he's being rested for this game. The goalkeeper, who is known as Bored Ederson, has maybe one save to make in a game. Sometimes he doesn't have any saves to make. He doesn't have anything to do, but he's tired. He's tired of doing literally nothing. I absolutely love that. Ederson's on what, 150 grand a week, doesn't do anything, he's tired, he's on the bench. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Honestly. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, Stefan Ortega-Moreno starts in goal. Big opportunity in the Premier League for him. Excited. I think he's a quality goalkeeper. So looking forward to what he does bring to this team for City today. City starting with a back three. It's Kyle Walker getting the nod once more. Ruben Dias going in at the back. And it's brilliant to see Nathan Ake returning to the City squad and into the starting 11 today. It'll be really good if we could get a good 60 or 70 minutes out of Nathan Ake, see how he's responding to his injury and having him fit and ready to go, obviously, for Real Madrid in 6 days' time at the Bernabeu. Isn't that relentless? We've got 3 games in 6 days. Thankfully, 2 of them are at the Etihad against teams struggling in the Premier League, so hopefully City can make it all about City turning up, putting in a good performance and getting that professional... getting that professional job done. That would be brilliant. Now, moving on to our midfield. It's John Stones and Rodri once more. That little partnership starting again. And I'm wondering, when is Johnny Stones? When is Rodri? When is Ruben Dias going to get rotated? When are they going to get their rest? 3 players there, massive players, so important to City. And I just cannot see them 3 players all being rotated against Leeds United because we just don't have the depth there to make that happen. Diaz is plausible because Akanji can come in. John Stones, maybe for Rico Lewis. Rodri, maybe for Kalvin Phillips. But we already know that Laporte and Kalvin Phillips, the rotated squad options for City, but they haven't really been used, and I have to question whether Pep Guardiola trusts these players in these big, important moments. So once more, it's great to see them starting, hopefully not feeling too much fatigue, I am hoping. And it'd be really good if we are going to see a bit of rotation, that if City can grab 2 or 3 goals before the hour mark today, get this game won and done and dusted ASAP, that the likes of Stones, Rodri and Dias can get the rest that is needed. Alvarez starts alongside Bernardo Silva, which is brilliant to see as well. Alvarez, Bernardo Silva have already had their rest, so I'm happy to see them getting some minutes and hopefully getting another 90 minutes under their belt. Riyad Mahrez starts on the right wing. Phil Foden on the bench. That's so interesting. Let me know your thoughts about that. Very, very interesting, as Jack Grealish preferred. All I'm going to presume is Jack Grealish gets rotated at the weekend against Leeds United and Foden will come in. And Erling Haaland, I just don't see City rotating Erling Haaland. He's just like a machine. He doesn't look tired. He looks in the best shape ever. He looks fit. He looks ready to go. He looks raring to go. To me, Erling Haaland, I give him 60 minutes here, 60 minutes against Leeds, and that'll be his rest, is what I would do here. I'd just say to Haaland, his job here, try and find a goal, help City to win the game. Hour mark, I take him off. We're allowed 5 subs, so I think it's about time from today City start to utilise that, because we've got some very important players on the bench who aren't getting used, whose futures are going to come into question in the summer because they aren't being used. And as Alex picks up on there, was Kalvin done wrong not to be trusted? Because when he's come in, he's not looked the worst player, in my opinion. And Laporte, since that match against Forest, hasn't really been given the chance to rectify his mistakes. And there's just, something's got to give, and rotation's got to be in place. And the likes of Phillips and Laporte and Gomez have certainly, in my opinion, got to be getting some minutes over this game from the bench, maybe even starting against Leeds United. And I'd be saying that to the players as well. You're going to come on with 20 minutes to go. You're going to get 20 minutes under your belt. Whoever impresses me starts against Leeds United. Give them a bit of a reward. Give Pep Guardiola that selection headache. On the bench for City today, not 2 goalkeepers, just 1. Ederson on the bench. We've got Rico Lewis, Aymeric Laporte, Manuel Akanji. So Akanji, the first player, getting some rest. Ederson's another, getting some rest as well. We've got Sergio Gomez, Kalvin Phillips, Maximo Perrone on the bench as well. Some more rotated options. Phil Foden on the bench again, not starting in this game. Interesting, very interesting. Surely at some point, because Grealish looked a little bit tired against Fulham, and I presume he's good to go. He might start to feel a bit of wear and tear as this game goes on, and I'm certainly expecting Foden to be starting against Leeds United on Saturday. And we've also got Gundogan on the bench as well. So some very important rest there for Gundogan and Akanji, 2 players that did look exhausted against Fulham, which is good to see. I wasn't aware that Ederson, who doesn't do much, was also tired and needed a rest. But there we go. Now, speaking of rotation, what am I expecting against Leeds, regardless of what happens? Because we've got these 2 massive games coming up against Real Madrid. I would be expecting to see maybe 4 or 5 changes against Leeds. I'm potentially expecting Dias to get a rest. Maybe a Stones or a Rodri, one or the other. I can see Jack Grealish getting a rest. Maybe Erling Haaland. It depends on the fitness of Kevin De Bruyne, who, good to see, he's not in the squad today, but is at the Etihad Stadium. Does seem to be okay. I'm not aware that he's returned into first team action with this dodgy photo going around where people thought they might have seen him in the background. I wasn't sure about it, so I didn't comment. But yeah, there we go. The sooner we can have KDB back, the better, obviously, just so we've got that extra option. But how well's Julian Alvarez done to step in and be that difference for Manchester City? And I wouldn't rule out Julian Alvarez potentially getting a goal for City as well. And just having a look at the odds here, interesting. City 7-1 on to win this game. A draw is 7-1 with West Ham winning 16-1. And speaking of our opponents, West Ham, just quickly going through their team. It's Fabianski starting in goal. It's Kufal going as right wing back and Aaron Cresswell as their left wing back. They're going with a back 3 of Kerr, Ogbonna and Emerson. And then it's a midfield two made up of Downs and Paqueta. Pablo Fornals on the left-hand side, Jarrod Bowen on the right-hand side, and Michail Antonio going up top. It's Aaron Cresswell, captain in West Ham today. And very interesting that Declan Rice not even in the squad for West Ham today, so must have picked up some kind of knock for him not to be making the bench. And they've named only 7 players on the bench. I think you're allowed 9, so 2 players missing out on the bench there. And 2 of them, 5 that West Ham have got, is Areola and Anang, the 2 goalkeepers. They've also got Ben Johnson, Lanzini, Benrahma, Mings and Cornet. So some really good attacking options there in Cornet and Benrahma and Lanzini, all very good Premier League attacking players. So definitely West Ham's main threat for me is all about their attack. Interesting of a little change of formation here. Maybe they're trying to just get that to defence and midfield jam-packed to try and give City no space. So I think this might be one of them games where if City can push forward and grab an early goal, that'll set us up really well for the rest of the game. And hopefully that is what happens. And of course we want to stay injury-free. And we can speak about rotation all day, every day if we wanted to. But the most important thing for these next 90 minutes for this game is Man City score them goals, Manchester City defend well, put in a good performance, and the most important thing is Man City pick up the 3 points that will send us back top of the Premier League. And it is a must-win game, this, for City, because we're 2 points behind Arsenal. We do have a superior goal difference. We've got 8 on Arsenal, but most importantly, we've got 2 games in hand, and this is the first of them, our only game in hand at home. So this, to me, is just as big a game today as what it was at the weekend against Fulham. And that Leeds game coming up as well, another massive game. City can win both them games. It takes us on to 82 points. Arsenal 4 points behind us. We're on a level playing field with games played. They've got a tricky game away at Newcastle, who are sitting in 3rd place. Anything could happen. So that's what City's focus needs to be. I personally reckon I can see Arsenal picking up another 10 points between now and the end of the season. So 89 points is the target City will be looking for. So 13. So if we can win our next 2 games, takes us to needing 7 points from our remaining 4 games. And most importantly, may give City a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to rotating our team either against Everton or against Chelsea in time for that important 2-leg clash with Real Madrid. So we'll see what happens from there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Much appreciated. Boy Racer says Ortega will be starting so Eddie can start FA Cup final, he reckons. That's an interesting theory. Switch it up a little bit. You can have this Premier League game, this important Premier League game, in exchange I get the FA Cup final. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I reckon Ortega-Moreno will be starting that game. It would be very harsh to drop him. Ortega-Moreno's done nothing wrong. He's looked like a top-quality goalkeeper, certainly doing a job in providing top-quality competition for Ederson in goal, and we picked him up on a free as well. So I've been very happy with Ortega-Moreno. Alex asked, what's Kalvin done wrong to not be trusted? I don't know. Pep Guardiola just doesn't seem to like choosing him and starting him and bringing him off the bench. I don't know. It's all stemmed from this turning up from the World Cup overweight. And then Kalvin Phillips, how many games has he started? Is it 2 or 3 games since then? Just not really looked the part for Manchester City. And City say they want to give him another season to see what he's capable of, so they're giving him a fair chance. It's a strange one. Honestly, it is. It's a strange one. And Alex, you are spot on there. Phil does need some minutes, so I'd be expecting to see him come off the bench for today's game. And Boy Race said, might just come down to a simple fact with Kalvin Phillips. He's just not good enough yet. And the fact is that he hasn't really been linked anywhere, means that he is obviously Manchester City's player. City want to utilise him. Could be down to the system. I mean, City play with inverted fullbacks. Rodri allows our defence to be able to be a little bit more expressive, including that of John Stones. And Kalvin Phillips he's not a centre-back. Rodri can slot in at centre-back, whereas we don't really see Kalvin Phillips being able to do that. Don't really have that physical presence to be able to do that either. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, really not sure. Anyway, we're nearly at kickoff now. Managed to waffle on for that long that the players are in the tunnel. So very quickly, if you are enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. We're nearly halfway there. 13 away from 50 likes. So if you're watching this and enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links there in the description below, and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description and on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do let me know your thoughts in the live chat, where you're tuning in from around the world. Do let me know your score prediction. My score prediction today is a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. What's your score prediction? Do let me know in the live chat. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor. You've got around 2 or 3 minutes left to go and join today's pot for BetMate. Free app to download. Go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. And you can also find the details on the live chat as well if you want to go and download the free BetMate app. That would be much appreciated. Very quickly, a couple of people were just asking for some talking points for today that I said I would come back to. So let me just find the comment. Triple D asked, shame if we sell Palmer. I think he's a really good player. Currently injured, so not in the squad today. But an absolutely fantastic player. And it will be a massive shame if Cole Palmer was to leave Manchester City on a permanent basis. If we was to sell him, I'd want a cheap buyback clause in there. I'd be selling him to a team that's going to be giving him regular minutes, to a team probably sitting in the bottom half of the Premier League, and see what he can do. To me, I feel like for his development, the same as what we've seen from James McAtee's just won the Young Player of the Year award at Sheffield United. Callum Doyle, going from strength to strength, just won the Young Player of the Year award at Coventry City, who are having a very good season. Tommy Doyle, done brilliant at Sheffield United. James Trafford, done brilliant at Bolton as well. This is Manchester City utilising the loan market. And to me, if it was up to me, I would have Cole Palmer into the Championship, 46 games, see if he can get regular minutes, and see if he is of that quality that City are looking for. Because you do well in the Championship, there's always that possibility you could be sold and put a cheap buyback clause on that, and we're seeing that with the likes of Gavin Bazunu, Romeo Lavia, some top quality players. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're finished at City if we do get to that position. But to me, Cole Palmer hasn't shown the consistency, hasn't shown that level yet that we are looking for. Is he in his development where Phil Foden was at the same age? And my truthful answer is no, which is why I said I'd loan him out, get him that experience and see just how good he can be. 46 games in the Championship will give us that answer. We've seen it. Liam Delap, to me, not the quality that we're looking for, because right now, he isn't ready to be that player at Manchester City. And it's the same with all young players. You don't really know how good they are until they're tried and tested in the men's game, playing professional competitive football. And to me, Cole Palmer's had his season of learning on the bench and learning around the first team squad. I'd loan him, see what he can do, and assess the situation again in 12 months. That's what I would do, but there we go. Seamus, love Big Sam's confidence. I want some of Big Sam's confidence. He's better than Mourinho. He's better than Pep. He's better than Arteta. He's better than everybody. I love that mentality. I need a bit of that confidence, if I'm completely honest. That would be brilliant. Julia, welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do hope you are well and hope you are having a fantastic evening. Trevor, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Shall we speak about Jude Bellingham very quickly? We've had the latest developments today. Jude Bellingham set to join Real Madrid according to the reliable Fabrizio Romano. City going to be missing out. I'm going to speak about this in much more detail on tomorrow's transfer update. That's the very latest. A bit of a blow for City, but I think Manchester City, they need to be doing everything they can now to get Gundogan and Bernardo Silva to stay at City first and foremost, try and get them onto new contracts and keep our top quality players that we've already got here. To me, keeping Gundogan and keeping Bernardo Silva this summer is like signing a Jude Bellingham. Getting them tied down to new contracts would be a great bit of business, and it allows Man City then with our midfield, because I do think we're a little bit short on numbers. rather than spending €150 million to sign somebody who's obviously going to come into our starting 11 and improve our first team squad, you can actually save some money, already have the quality here in the form of Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, and bring in a little bit more rotation. You could take a risk by going out there and scouting some of the top talents from around the world and bringing them in and seeing what they can do. It could be Perone time, or you could loan him out, or bring somebody in, or you could bring in somebody who's more proven, like been getting linked with Kovacic or something. It saves City a lot of money. So not all doom and gloom as long as City do the sensible thing, and that's tying Bernardo Silva down to a new contract and getting Ilkay Gundogan onto a new deal. City want to give him 12 months. I'd give him 2 years, see if he signs. That's what I would do. But that is only me. Andy, thanks very much for tuning in. And Alison, much appreciated. Sub2, thanks for tuning in as well. We're doing well with the likes. We're at 46. Can we hit 50 before we hit the start of this game? That would be much appreciated. Blue Moon renders around the Etihad Stadium. We're nearly ready and waiting to go for kickoff. So very quickly, just go through the rules. Remember, no spoiling it for others, no bad language, no calling each other, no arguing, and no spamming, and no ruining it for others. Pretty much it. They're the only rules. So sit back, relax, enjoy gaming and time, and a chance for City here to go top and hopefully stay top from now till the end of the season. It's going to be West Ham getting us underway for this game. Attacking from right to left, City playing, attacking from left to right, City playing in their home kits of blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks, with West Ham playing in their claret and blue kit as well. So their home kits for this game, as we do have kickoff here at the Etihad Stadium with West Ham firstly putting the ball out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City, which is things, of course, that we do like to see. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you to everybody for leaving a thumbs up. Remember, do leave your score predictions in the live chat. Don't forget, as well, to leave your thoughts in the live chat. That would be great. Subscribe if you're new around here. Leave a thumbs up. We've hit 50 likes now, which is brilliant. We're on that push to 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. City till I die, thanks for tuning in. And Julia, hope you had a great time at the Arsenal game. Very jealous. Very jealous. Whereabouts was you sat? Whereabouts? In the Etihad? Jealous. Anyway, sub2, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 4-1 victory today for City. I'm going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Remember, do let me know where you are tuning in from around the world as well, as Man City bringing the ball forward here through Julian Alvarez, wearing his orange boots, centralising himself, gives the ball to Big Erling. Here is Alvarez in range, has an early shot and an early test for the goalkeeper. Fabianski in goal for West Ham. John tuning in from Florida. Love that. Thanks for tuning in. Alex said, love the game at Wembley with Sheffield United. Hope you enjoyed. Was you in hospitality? I seem to remember you telling me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you did. Here's Rodri then. Fantastic. Pleased to hear it, Alex. Here is Kyle Walker then. Gives the ball to Johnny Stones, and City will spread the play. The creator, thanks for tuning in, going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Here's Bernardo then, pushing forward for City. Going on the left-hand side of City's midfield. He's cutting in. Looked like he was having his shirt pulled. Referee says no, and play on, and West Ham can get themselves a throw-in. Julia. Commonwealth Bar Hospitality. How the other half live, eh? How the other half live. Love that, Julia. Hope you had a great time. Never been to the Commonwealth Bar. Was it nice? Would you recommend? It's always been something I've been interested in, checking out bits of the hospitality that they've got available at the Etihad. I've done the Tunnel Club for a cup game last season, which was a lot of fun. I've not really been in a financial position this year to do any hospitality, but as soon as that starts to change, I'll try and get that back up and running again. So hopefully soon. Pie and mash. What pie was it? What selections do they have for pie? What can I see City having? I can imagine being like a fish pie. Alex, thanks very much. Yeah, feel free to send them over. I'll have a nosy at them. I'm nosy. Here's Rodri. Not with the best pass out to Nathan Ake. He manages to find the pass to Jackie G, and he'll get a throw in here for City. 3 minutes in at the Etihad, 0-0 here at the Mo. As I said before, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That would be great. We're now over 50 likes, pushing towards 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details, they're in the description and also in the live chat. Klopp running up down the wing, clutching, pulled his hamstring, didn't he? I tell you what, Liverpool not in that title race, but if they were, and they were 3-0 up and Tottenham pulled it all back for Liverpool to go on, and that's very much something Liverpool do. When we was having that big tussle with Liverpool for the Premier League title, always just seemed to be what Liverpool do, that thankfully they weren't in a title race, because that had just been the tip of just sending us into. I mean, it takes you away from descending into madness and into straight up anger, wouldn't it? Really, 3-0 up to 3-3 last minute. Here we go. 20 seconds later, boot it up, take a touch, and pop it in the back of the net. What mental game? I saw it was 3-0. Didn't even bother tuning in. Saw what happened. I was like, wow. Julia bumped into Hugh. I've not had the pleasure of meeting Hugh in person, but done a bit of work with him on YouTube. Seems sound. Did have a bit of online conversation with him with regards to the ticket fiasco that was happening last week. And actually, I want to speak more about the ticket thing in a minute, because this game, not too much happening, and a wayward pass there from Alvarez towards Mahrez means West Ham can come away with the ball, but Alvarez tracks back and wins that ball back. Pep Guardiola, I'm sure, will be on the touchline applauding that. He likes to see City getting that ball back as quickly as possible. I've met the other City Extra lads. I've met Freddie, who does a lot of work with City Extra. I've met Lewis and met Jordan, the sound. Great guys. I've not met Hugh yet. Sure I will at some point. Sure he'll be as sound as a pound as well. I met Big Steve ever so briefly at Wembley last year against Liverpool. Who else have I met? I've not met Lads yet. I've done a bit of work with him on the City Extra Avengers streams, though. He seems sound as a pound as well. We've got some good content creators, though, at City, haven't we? I don't think I've met anybody else in the community as of yet. I've met a fair few of you guys as well at the Etihad and at City games as well, and it's always nice to meet you guys. Always nice. So, yeah, you ever see me out and about, feel free to come and say hello. Let me know who you are, so I know, put name to face. Alex, Mark Goldbridge says a lot of things. City's in a pretty unique situation when it comes to YouTube and content creators, in my opinion, because we've not got a standout channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You've just got some really good sized channels who all offer something a little bit different to each other in terms of their content. So if you're liking your things like your vlogs and your fan interaction, you got Ian Cheeseman, of course. You're liking your over-expressive reactions to things. You've got City Extra, of course, helping to provide that. If you're looking for down-to-earth discussions and deeper level thinking, you've got the likes of Esteemed Company in being able to provide that. JSGC providing the top quality transfer content, of course, on the reg when it opens up with the transfer window, and of course providing you guys and keep you up to date with all the latest information whilst trying to be as entertaining as possible as well. Mancunian Wayne Martin, done a fair bit of work with him. He's one of the soundest people I've ever met. So there's just some all-round top quality content creators out there for City that any of it takes your fancy. Just go and check them out and go and subscribe, and let's grow the community. As West Ham get into a good, strong position here to try and put a ball into the box. Ruben Dias, though, manages to block that out, and Rodri will guide the ball towards Bernardo Silva, and City can build up from the back here. West Ham, very expressive at the moment. There's space and there's gaps, and City haven't really found a way to utilise that as of yet. So here's Jackie G. He's got the overlap of Bernardo Silva to use. He does use him. Bernardo's got one to go at with Erling Haaland in the box. Julian Alvarez comes to join him. It edges towards the edge of the penalty area. Mahrez was there as he gets a good clean connection onto that towards the bottom corner. Didn't really have the power there to trouble the keeper, so Fabianski can get a good strong right hand onto that and palm that one away. It was almost a little bit like slow motion there, but it's a shot on target, and it's a test for the keeper. And it does take just a very awkward little bounce in front of the keeper's hand there for him to push that one away. So it could have been a very niggly and tricky situation that, and West Ham put it out for a corner to City, which City whip in, and Nathan Ake meets the header. And it goes over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. 9 minutes in it here at the Etihad, and it's Manchester City 0, West Ham United 0. So, ticket fiasco. Already spoke in more detail about that on Martin's channel at the Mancunian Way with regards to the Real Madrid ticket situation. I've heard word on the grapevine that Manchester City are going to be issuing an apology to the supporters who missed out on tickets and for not putting criteria in place. I did say I wanted the club to explain why they haven't, so when they issue that apology, it'd be interesting to see if they put a reason why they've done that. I mean, we all know deep down there's the reason why they haven't, getting that money on the memberships, but it does just feel like a bit of a kick in the teeth that you've got regular match-going Blues missing out to people who are going to sell the tickets on to profit, or people who have never been to a Manchester City game before who aren't necessarily fans, getting tickets over people who are putting in the hard graft and the hard miles. And you're just starting to see a bit of a gap, a little bit of a thing creating, because I've been reading on Twitter. I've done a little bit of work with a couple of USA City content creators, so you won't hear a bad word out of my mouth, because every time I've spoken to them, they've again been very sound. But a couple of them managed to get tickets for City against Arsenal, which not impossible to do. You've got a membership, then you get access to all the home games in the Premier League, so not impossible to pick up tickets as long as you're forward planning. But they managed to get into the away end at Fulham that caused a bit of controversy, because there were people there with thousands and thousands of points that have missed out on getting away tickets, and I presume they've got it through their supporters group or something, and it's called into question again how City are distributing their tickets. And the latest ticket fiasco today you've got with the Brentford away game and the Brighton away game. They put both of them on sale, and it's not allowed the supporters to be able to purchase tickets for both Brighton and Brentford. I'm not aware that for the Brighton away game they've even made it available to the 18 to 25 category for their small amount of fans to be able to get tickets. Instead, they've doubled it up for Brentford, and it sold out on 27,500 points, leaving a lot of disappointed regular match-going away fans for Manchester City not getting the tickets. And it was frustrating, and the club have had to cancel all the tickets for the 18 to 25 and said they've distributed too many tickets, and they're going to put that onto a ballot, and the regular match-going fans are going to get their access to potentially get a ticket for that away game. And after all, it's a trip to London, but it's also City's final away game of the season. And if City don't lift the trophy against Chelsea at home, then I'm going to presume that if City win the trophy, may well come last day, that the lift's going to come against Brentford. So people that have been doing the hard miles and getting them points in, that have been going to away game after away game after away game, should have the priority. So lots of stuff happening in terms of City's ticketing fiasco. It just seems to be going from one disaster to another, and as I put on Twitter, I can just see it heading in one direction, in my complete honest opinion, and that will be a ballot for regular fans for every single away game coming up for Manchester City, proceeding from there to try and make it fair, which will upset a lot of people, as West Ham got themselves a free kick, I think on the edge of the next to the touchline. It looked like the foul came in once. Was it Paqueta or Emerson? I'm not sure who it was. Went down out of play. So West Ham have got themselves a very cheap free kick, and City haven't really settled here at the Mo. West Ham doing what Fulham did as a free kick comes in, headed clear by Erling Haaland, and a volley comes in from West Ham. Not the best of efforts, that. Todd, thanks for tuning in. Hoping West Ham will stay up. I'm sure you will. I feel like you need one more victory. One more victory will do the job. And, you know, it's the do-all and end-all. Isn't going to come here in an away game against City. I'm hoping that we'll win as well from our point of view. And I'm hoping West Ham will get that victory and stay up in the Premier League, which would be good. But West Ham looking pretty good here. City haven't really got into gear. And West Ham just having a little pop at City. City need to be careful. West Ham just started to knock the ball around, so the fans getting on to City with the ever reliable chant of "Come on City, come on City," as Alvarez nearly gets it across to Erling Haaland there. Good defending that from Cresswell, and West Ham can snuff out the danger there. Good work that from City. Good work from Jackie G. Finds the space. And it's excellent covering from West Ham. Otherwise, Erling Haaland would have had a tap in then. So it remains 0-0 here. Another foul given against Ruben Dias. And City just, even though we're only 15 minutes in, look a little bit annoyed, look a bit frustrated with how it's going. And it's a shove in the back from Ruben Dias. Doesn't need to do that. Yeah, should be a free kick. And eventually City deal with that. Here's Ortega-Moreno. He will get that one clear. In today for Ederson as Ogbonna picks the ball up and will move the ball across. Todd, no worries. Don't have to stick around, but thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Here's Bernardo now to Mahrez. Gives it to Haaland. That's not the greatest pass from Haaland, and that was snuffed out from West Ham. Not the best of clearances as Fabianski slips there. City wanted the ball quickly, want to get on with this. As I said, always important when City are playing is who scores that first goal, and that's what City trying to push and trying to make happen here. Todd going for 5-0. I can see it being a bit tighter than that. West Ham find that opening goal. This could be a very tricky game for City, so that's what we need to be careful of, that all-important first goal. So don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up now. 47 likes away from 100 likes, which is today's live stream watch-along aim. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description. And also in the live chat, here's Nathan Ake then for City, building it in just inside the Manchester City half. Ruben Dias will knock this ball forward. Here's Bernardo Silva picking the ball up on the left. Got the runner of Jack Grealish to use. Doesn't use him. Twisting and turning, trying to find a bit of space. Has to go backwards to find that space with Nathan Ake. He will go further backwards here and allow Ruben Dias to push City forward. Kyle Walker receives the ball. Here's Mahrez. City moved it from left to right here. Mahrez tries to thread a pass into Alvarez. Far too much power on that one. Alvarez didn't really read the situation either. And out of play for a goal kick. And as I mentioned before, City just looking a little bit frustrated here. See you later, Todd. Thanks for tuning in. Antonio gives the ball away to Bernardo and City can have the ball back once more. Here is Stefan Ortega-Moreno to Ruben Dias. Rodri receives the ball now. Back to Ruben. That's a lovely disguised pass from Rodri into Johnny Stones. And Stones nearly ran into trouble there with Michail Antonio. City just need to be careful. That attacking front four for West Ham causing problems for City. I did say West Ham's forte is their attack. There's precision, there's power, there's pace. If City want to win this game, well, they need to weather that. Here's Diaz then. Seeing a lot of the ball for City at the mo. Time to ponder and think through the first phase of the game and not being fluent from City. Ortega-Moreno then sends it long with a beautiful ball straight to the feet of Alvarez. He takes the touch, brings City forward. Gets it to Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. I think Grealish might have a pop here. He doesn't. He disguises it to Bernardo. He tries to go first time, and good block by West Ham and out for a throw-in to Manchester City. Grealish then to Bernardo. Back to Jack. Rodri moving this ball to the right-hand side for City. Kyle Walker. To Alvarez. Mahrez. Gives it to Ruben Dias once more. Not the best pass that from Ruben Dias, and nearly picked off by Paqueta. As it is, City can have the ball and can come forward. Cross comes in. Dealt with by Ogbonna. Only as far as Jack Grealish. He's got another attempt here to put the ball into the box. Drives towards the West Ham wall. Here's Bernardo now. Goes to the byline. Crosses it in. It's too deep for Erling Haaland and can be headed clear by West Ham. Only as far as Kyle Walker, though. He'll go backwards to Ruben Dias, put under pressure here. So he has to find Kyle Walker in space, and they'll go all the way back to Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal, and City will, again, just look to build this one from the back. Johnny Stones now, as we're entering into the 20th minute here at the Etihad, 0-0. Mahrez gone closest for City, forcing a good save from Fabianski in goal. But West Ham have looked threatening, not to test, yet to test Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal, but have made their presence known, and City been struggling to get the quality balls into the box with how tight West Ham's defence sitting. Said it's a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back, whichever way you want to look at it. Most certainly looking like a defensive 5 at the back from West Ham at the moment. David Moyes having his team camped inside the City half after coming forward for the first 15 minutes. Jack Grealish manages to get it through Paqueta's legs. Alvarez did pick the ball up, but West Ham have managed to get hold of the ball, and through Antonio just driving to nowhere and out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City here. Is Alvarez. They just can't thread the ball through at the moment, City. Paqueta played a lovely pass into the channel. Wants a free kick. He's not getting one. Lee, hello. Thanks for tuning in. It depends if you're a City season ticket holder or not. If you're a City season ticket holder, imagine anyone that wants one will probably get a ticket for that, as long as you're prepared to pay the big money that with how expensive the FA Cup tickets are going to be. I think ticket info isn't out yet, but the FA have released information on the prices, and very expensive. But if you're not a City season ticket holder wanting to get hold of tickets, seeing if people have spares knocking around would be a good way to go. Depends if you're a fan on buying from ticket touts. Hospitality, if you've got the money, there's always seems to be availability on hospitality. You probably might have to inquire about it. Imagine it'll be probably quite expensive, but depends on what you're looking for, really. Here's Johnny Stones, gives it to Bernardo. Is he going to have a shot? No, he doesn't. Grealish knocks a ball in, and it's a well-defended that from Ogbonna, and heads the ball behind for a corner to Manchester City. Chatterbox reckons 1 goal open up the gates. It ends the game plan, really, for West Ham as well, with a goal for City. No problem, Lee. Hope that was informative for you and helpful. Corner comes in from City, headed clear again by Ogbonna. He's winning all them big headers at the moment, Ogbonna. Alex, what do I think about Bellingham to Madrid? I was just discussing it just before this game kicked off. Does it come as a surprise? Not really, because whilst everyone's been saying, my mates told me this and my mates told me that, and I've heard from this source and that source about Bellingham to City, I do a lot of reporting on things, and I've just not heard anything concrete about Jude Bellingham. I've not heard anything up until today, which is the first bit of real confirmation that we've had, because everything else has just really been guesswork. And I'm not aware that City have opened talks with Bellingham. I'm not aware that they've sat down and spoke with his entourage. I think discussions might have been had with Dortmund about a price, but that's probably as far as it goes. Interest there, but nothing else as of yet, as Haaland wins the header at the back post and into the stands. The right idea and a decent ball in that from City. So it looks like City may miss out on Jude Bellingham. I think it's more important now than ever that if that is the case and we are missing out on Bellingham, then Manchester City need to be doing all they can to make sure that they are keeping tabs on the players that we do have and not losing top players like Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in central midfield. And if we could get them onto new contracts, then that would be great. Chatterbox, it's certainly looking more and more likely, shall we say. That is what we will say. As we enter into 25 minutes in here at the Etihad. 0-0. Don't forget, subscribe if you're new around here. And also don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. That would be great. As Erling Haaland's aiming to become the most goals in a season in England ever. 63 by Dixie Dean in 1927-1928 season. Haaland needing 14 more goals in these last, what have we got? 10 games. 9 after today. Not impossible. Not impossible. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Ruben Dias for City to Johnny Stones. And West Ham are just getting deeper and deeper and deeper, which to me can only mean one thing. Cross comes in from City. Cleared by West Ham. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. Jack Grealish now. Ake's pass not great, and West Ham are just going to hoof this long. And it's just going to give the ball back to City. Definitely a bus being parked by West Ham right now. The low block that people like to call it. Much more traditional. Parking a bus. Here's Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. A chance to put a ball into the box. He does, and Haaland slips, and West Ham can get that header won. He crosses into the box. Is it the right idea? I'm not sure. West Ham have got physicality. They've got height there. I'm not sure that is the way to go. Here's Nathan Ake to Rodri. Ruben Dias picks the ball up now. Back to Rodrigo. Mahrez has made a run. Not used. Here's Stones. It's a good kick out. And Jack Grealish can find Bernardo. Another cross comes in to the back post, headed clear, and West Ham can take that touch. And Antonio can bring it away, and he can find the pass. And it's not the best of passes from West Ham, and it's given away, and City are just going to be happy to have the possession again. And again, just backs against the wall for West Ham. Stones dinks a ball forward towards Bernardo. A free kick given against Bernardo. Not happy about that one, Bernardo. It's Kufal that receives. I think he just got a little elbow in the ear. Lee reckons goal before the 35th minute. So goal coming soon, he reckons. So West Ham send it long. Nathan Ake wins the header. And an acrobatic overhead kick gets a little clearance in for West Ham. And Ruben Dias does very well to make the interception there. I thought he was going to foul his man. And I thought Ruben Dias was going to be in a little bit of bother, because I'm sure West Ham would have been asking for a last man red card then. But he recovers himself very well. And that just shows you just how focused City need to be. One slip, bam, hard work, undone. And this is the kind of game where if we go behind, we may just... West Ham are going to park a real big bus there and we're going to struggle to break it down. So, patience may be key. That's an excellent throw into the penalty area. It's a good save from Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Ederson rested. The keeper that doesn't do anything gets rested. I feel like Ederson needs one of these. He's tired from busy doing nothing. Here's Mahrez. Threads it into Johnny Stones. Gives it to Jack Grealish. Into the penalty area. They're queuing up and Grealish has an effort at goal. And I think Fabianski, as he made the save, has given a goal kick. He's given a goal kick. It looked like Fabianski had made the save. Let's have another look at this. Or does it hit the side netting? So Grealish cuts it onto his right foot. It's a good save from the keeper. Why on earth is a goal kick being given from that? Goes off the outside of the post, but it gets a little hand onto that. Anyway, there we go. Doesn't matter. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That would be great. We're now 43 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Here is Rodrigo then for City. Gives it to Kyle Walker. 30 minutes in at the Etihad. 0-0. And I'm sure if this stays 0-0 by half-time, City players and fans will be probably getting a little bit frustrated. And I'm sure a certain club in North London will start just to take a little bit of interest in what's happening here. As they're trying to resurge their potential title push. Here's Bernardo. Gets his cross away. Doesn't look up there. Gets into a good position. Doesn't look up. Puts a ball in and there's no one there. So West Ham can get that headed clear. City do pick up that loose ball though. Here is Mahrez. Gives it to Rodri. And Rodri then switches play. John Stones finds the header. And cleared away by Ogbonna and out for a throw into Manchester City here. Here's Mahrez then to take this throw in. He's got all kinds of runners. He's just not throwing the ball. Does eventually. Gives it to Stones. Here's Mahrez. Alvarez. City can work the way out from that throw in. Ruben Dias gives it to Kyle Walker. And funnily enough, just when Kyle Walker's future was getting called into question, all of a sudden makes some starts, looks very comfortable in this City starting 11. And I would say Kyle Walker may well just be one of them players starting against Madrid. As Rodri's into a great position, and it's off the inside of the post. And somehow, it bends itself around the outside of the other post. And wide. Great pass from Haaland, a good shot from Rodri, finds the inside of the post. And it goes right across goal and bends itself around the other post. Desperately unlucky. It could easily just rolled in off the inside of the post and into the back of the net. Instead it rolled wide. So when it just hits the inside of the post, goes right across goal, bends itself round the other post and wide. Desperately unlucky that from Rodri. I could have done that with my betmate. He's in my betmate team. An Erling Haaland assist and Rodri both in my betmate team. Rats! Here is Ruben Dias. He's shouting at Rodri. He wants Rodri to go forward. God, it's like two giants shouting at each other. Rodri and Diaz. Both exceptional. Who do you back? Ruben Dias then pings a ball forward. Now it's a great ball forward. Here's Bernardo in the penalty area. The problem is no one else is in there. So he has to turn under pressure. And good defending that from West Ham. Here is Julian Alvarez. Might he attempted for a shot there? He doesn't. Johnny Stones now. Why have I got a feeling City are scoring a rocket today? We're getting a Stones or a Rodri rocket or something. Rodri and Stones getting further forward. City had nearly 80% possession so far in these first 33 minutes. And I tell you what, Lee, we're running out of time for that goal before the 35th minute. We're in the 34th now. Here's Ruben. Gives it to Kyle Walker. Mahrez has space on the right-hand side. He has to go backwards. West Ham just camped inside the City half. Camped. Rodri now. Drives forward for City. Gives it to Jack Grealish. Twisting, turning, Stones. Takes the touch. 2 touches. Threads one through. Rodri. Nearly in the right place. West Ham want the goal kick. Don't get it. City get the corner instead. Neat little pass in that from City. Threading it through. It's a good pass into the channel from Stones. Rodri was onside. And it's excellent defending from West Ham. I've said that 2 or 3 times now. West Ham have conceded the fewest amount of goals from set pieces this season with just 4 out of any team in the Premier League. Sent deep, header, wide from City. Johnny Stones it was. There goes Lee's 35th minute prediction. 35 minutes into the 36th now. 0-0 it remains. Just weren't enough power on that header back from Rodri for John Stones to generate anything that, even if that was on target, it wouldn't have troubled the keeper. If I'm honest. Here's Ogbonna for West Ham. Launches this. Sends it long. There's a bit of grappling going on there. And West Ham want a free kick. And I don't know whether that was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. The Bill, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're right. I think it'll just ease everyone's anxiety. We're at that point in the season where you don't want to be patient. You just want to be ahead, doing well, knowing that you've got the comfort of being ahead. And even if City found a goal and with 1-0 up right now, I know that all the fans will be saying, "Oh, I sure wish we had that killer 2-goal cushion so I can relax." We're just at that point in the season now where City they've got to be patient. You take wins by any means necessary. Sometimes you're going to grab 2 or 3 in the first half. Sometimes you have to wait till the 75th, 80th, 85th, 90th minute sometimes. If you still get that 3 points at the end, that is all that matters. A free kick here for City once more. As we're now into the 60s. 60 likes. 40 to go to 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details. They're in the description and also in the live chat. So a chance here for City to put something of quality into the box once more. Stones, Rodri, Ake, Dias, Haaland all forward. Cross comes in from City. West Ham get a foot onto it and it doesn't fall nicely for City. And West Ham can get it clear once more. Kyle Walker now gives it to Bernardo Silva. Floated in towards Dias. Header won by West Ham. Alvarez does well. Makes a great interception for City. Finds the pass. Grealish can't square it across well. And West Ham can get it clear. Only as far as Johnny Stones though. Here is Bernardo Silva. Into the feet of Riyad Mahrez now. Might he have a shot? No, he tries to thread it through. Bernardo Silva wants a penalty. It's a bit... not for me. That'll be a throw into City. Fornals there. Wanted a 3 kick. I think it's a throw-in that's been given to City. Bernardo Silva can't believe it. Let's have another look at it. Why does he think that's a penalty? Never a penalty. Am I missing something there? Did anyone think that was? Why does Bernardo think that was? Held his ground and got the ball. Anyway, here's Bernardo once more. To Jack Grealish. Is involved heavily. Him and Bernardo. Squared across from Bernardo. And again, West Ham just have players in the right place at the right time. And City just feel like they keep doing this. Changing it up, varying it up. Eventually, they might just get that goal as Jarrod Bowen's going to get himself a free kick. Pep frustrated there. David Moyes note-taking. And as I said, there's a certain team in North London that will be getting very interested should this remain 0-0 going into the second half. As Mo Salah has given Liverpool the lead against Fulham at Anfield from the penalty spot. Liverpool lead 1-0 at Anfield. In the other game taking place in the Premier League tonight. That also kicked off at 8 PM BST. Just like this game. Here is Ruben Dias for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. Ruben Dias once more. There's no real space. I said first 10-15 minutes, West Ham were very open like Fulham were. There was space there for City. City didn't really find a way of utilising that. And now West Ham have stopped attacking, stopped going forward. And Johnny Stones nearly got the touch. I tell you what, John might be more interesting than this game at the Mo. Once again, this low block approach from a team, and Man City just need to find a way of opening it up, and City haven't done that at the Mo. The Bill, an early one in Oz. I was up at 5 today. Started to go bright. Woke me up. And what sleep did I get? Have a look. Less than 6 hours. Got to love it. Got to love it. Shot comes in from West Ham on the volley and it's high and wide. Fornals it was with the shot. He's well under that then. Anyway, with 38 likes from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great. Ortega-Moreno now working the ball forward for City. Walker tries to play it into space. And believe it or not, everybody, West Ham have pushed forward at the Mo. Maybe they're looking for that phase play. First 10 minutes, pop and have a go. Last 5 minutes of the half, pop and have a go. Rest of the half, sit tight and sit deep. Yeah, they move players forward. West Ham just pushing up. Here's Rodri. And Bernardo Silva picks this ball up now for City. Jack Grealish tries to thread a pass through. No one there. West Ham can just pick that one off. And we're just coasting towards half time. Not the best from City at the Mo. I think this is our final Premier League midweek game at home this season. Here's Alvarez to Haaland. Jack Grealish now. And Haaland goes down, wants a penalty. Referee says no. Bernardo gets up and headed clear there by Ogbonna. Here's Grealish. I think Bowen's got a free kick here for West Ham. A little battle going on between Bowen and Bernardo Silva at the mo. Wouldn't have been a penalty for City anyway, that, for the pull on Haaland. It was outside the penalty area. I'm sure if the ball had got played through to Haaland, then it probably would have been a free kick for City, but as it wasn't, referee says no. Difficult one, that. A way to judge it. And West Ham just getting in each other's way there for the clearance, and Mahrez gets City a throw-in. As we're now less than a minute away from going into what I'm sure will be not very long added on. If this was a European game, I'm sure there'd be nothing added on. There hasn't been many stoppages. I think the big bonus we've got is everybody has managed to come out injury-free. But we also need 3 points, so we could do with finding that goal. Is Grealish. John Stones now to Ruben Dias. Ball gets chipped towards the back post into the first of 1 minute added on here. Ake puts a ball into the box. His crosses aren't working. Don't really get why they're attempting it. West Ham have got a very big, very physical team. I don't really get why they're attempting these balls into the box, but there we go. In my complete and honest opinion, as John Stones brings Manchester City forward here. Here is Nathan Ake to Rodri. Takes 2 touches, knocks the ball forward. Can City create anything? The answer is no. West Ham nearly managed to get a little breakaway. So I was just about to say, can West Ham maybe have one pop at City here? Right before half-time. Now's a good time for City to find a goal. Jack Grealish puts one into the box. It's too much of a heavy touch there. And West Ham can come away with the ball. And that will be half-time then. 0-0. And as I said, a team in North London right now will be taking a lot of interest in this game right now. City frustrated. West Ham holding firm. Manchester City, they need to find the answer in the second half. Man City can afford to drop points here today. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't really change anything. It's still in Man City's hands. It just makes life very difficult for us. And home games against West Ham, to me, need to be winning these games. City till I die. Not too happy with that. It's a shocking first half. Big Morgan wanting to see Mahrez come off, Foden on, and that's the easy, simple solution. Interesting one. I'm wondering how long it is going to be before we see City going towards the bench and the likes of Foden and Gundogan. Very interesting. So we're going to go through the stats here. See what the stats are telling us. City having a lot of the ball, 80% possession compared to 20% for West Ham. 413 passes for City with 103 for West Ham. City with 8 shots, 2 on target. Not found the back of the net as of yet. With West Ham having 3 shots, 1 on target. And also not finding the back of the net. 4 corners for City, nothing for West Ham. No offsides apiece. 1 block shot for City with nothing for West Ham. 3 tackles, 1 for City, 5 for West Ham. And aerial duels, 1 3 for City and 10 for West Ham. In terms of saves, 1 save for Stefan Ortega-Moreno to make. 2 for Fabianski in goal for West Ham at the moment. But this game, in terms of the final third, lacking any real quality. And when City have got into good positions, it's been cutbacks and pullbacks and balls forward that haven't been great. Maybe a little bit unlucky with the Rodri effort to hit the post and for it not to go into the back of the net. But Other than that, it's been simple, straightforward saves for the keeper. City haven't looked fluent. They haven't looked comfortable. And City do have a lot of work to do here in the second half. And with a team that's played a lot of games so far this season, we could do with City finding the goal sooner rather than later, because I don't think City will want to be putting all efforts into this game, knowing full well we've got massive games coming up in the next few weeks. So it's all about finding that right balance. And to me, I think patience is key. As Stanley says there, no need for City to panic. No need for anyone to panic. We've got another 45 minutes to go. We've got the quality. We just need to apply ourselves a little bit to more than what we are at this moment in time. As Abu going for the other wing rather than Mahrez, saying Jack Grealish come off, and pointing towards, I'm sure, Phil Foden potentially coming on as well. And you are spot on there, Andy. Bernardo Silva and Jack Grealish having a good link-up play on that left-hand side. But it's kind of just counteracting each other as well. And I think we're feeling the impact here of not having Kevin De Bruyne. I think City just lacking a little bit of directness in the midfield. And obviously De Bruyne is one of them players in form, can thread them passes through them balls from deep that City haven't really found a way of threading through. And dare I suggest here from City, I've not offensively seen that much from West Ham. That John Stones and Rodri, do we need both of them starting in this game? When I don't think space is the thing that we need to be worrying about too much here. So I think if City maybe wanted to bring on an extra midfielder like Ilkay Gundogan, for example, rather than looking towards Bernardo Silva, I'd be looking more towards either one of Stones or Rodri, and then bring Gundogan on and ask one of the two to be pushing a little bit further afield to try and help. We saw Rodri getting into the space there, but we've got players in midfield who are naturally gifted in that position. So we'll see. I'm sure Man City's analysis will be having a good look at that and what they'll make. I'm sure one thing that's abundantly clear to the players is this is going to be a game of few opportunities. So when opportunities do arise, they need to go. We haven't done that in the first half, and we need to make sure that that does happen in the second half, because it'll be a big blow with City getting all of this momentum just to let that slip at this important, crucial stage. And as I said, City wanting to win Premier League trophies, drawing at home to West Ham is costly. So City need to make sure that we're getting the job done. So just going around the grounds, Liverpool 1-0 up against Fulham at half-time at Anfield with Salah finding that goal. Man City, West Ham currently 0-0. In the Women's Super League, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1 in the 78th minute. A game going on in the second half into the 49th minute in League One. Burton Albion are 1 up against Cambridge United. A big game at the bottom there for Cambridge, with Cambridge losing there, keeping them, I think, in the bottom four for potentially to be relegated at the weekend for Cambridge if things don't go right. So that's their game in hand. Another game in hand happening in League Two. Crewe Alexandra are 2-1 up against Bradford. A win for Bradford today, I think, would have made things very interesting for them and potential automatic promotion, but currently losing away from home against Crewe Alexandra, who don't really have much to play for. In the Women's Scottish Premier League, Hearts 1, Partick Thistle 0 in the 57th minute. Glasgow City 2, Hibernian 0 in the 53rd minute. Motherwell 0, Hamilton 1 in the 47th minute. Spartans 1, Dundee United 2 in the 49th minute, and Aberdeen 3, Glasgow 0 at half-time. In La Liga, full-time score, Valencia 1, Villarreal 1. You've got a couple of games kicking off at 9 p.m. BST very soon. You've got Atletico Madrid taking on Cadiz and Getafe taking on Celta Vigo. Some full-time scores in Serie A. Atalanta 3, Spezia 2, Juventus 2, Les 1. Salernitana 3, Fiorentina 3, and Sampdoria 0, Torino 2. Some half-time scores as well. Lazio 1, Sassuolo 0, AC Milan 0, Cremonese 0, Monza 1, Roma 1, and Verona 0, Inter Milan 3. I don't think any of them results happening right now is enough to hand the title to Napoli as of yet. But they are very nearly there, and you imagine in their next game they will become Serie A champions. In Liga 1 half-time, Brest 2, Nantes 0. Big game going on in the playoffs in the National League. Woking are currently 1-0 up against Bromley. The winner of that match will face Chesterfield away from home. In the National League North, it's Brackley 0, Gloucester City 0 in the 48th minute. And in the National League South, it's Worthing 1, Braintree 1 in the 49th minute. In the German DVB Cup, Stuttgart 1-0 up in the 45th minute against Eintracht Frankfurt. And finally, in the Belgium Pro League, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Royal Antwerp 2 at this moment in time. I'm hearing a load of banging, so I'm going to go and investigate that, see what's going on. Hopefully it's not JSGC being broken into. Live on air, that would be funny. It wouldn't, but it would. Anyway, I'm going to go and check out what that is. So whilst I go and investigate, go and check out today's halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Brought to you by my partner channel Mixing. Links and details there in the description. Go and check him out. This is the Slush Puppy Machine review.
What's going on, guys? Mixer here, back again for another review video. So this has been a little bit, this has been a while in the making, the Slush Puppy review. So we'll finally get around to it, to reviewing my machine, the Slush Puppy. So I will get straight into this, and I see 1,000 things going wrong, but we'll see how this goes. So just bear with me as I'm going to do this, just do it. I'm just going to go straight into it, go raw. As you can see, there's a Slush Puppy machine. I got that for £59 and it doesn't come with everything, so we've had a few delays. I was Slush Puppy cups, as I've got about 16 for about, as I've got about 20 for £8, so that's 67, it's adding up. Then syrups, you don't get that either, so that cost me another £4, so it's adding up now to 71, as it's cost me around 71 quid altogether. What I'm going to do today is make a blue raspberry slush puppy. So let's get straight into this. So the first thing it's telling me to do is to turn it on and add it to mix. And as you can see, the taps are fully locked, so nothing's going into the cup. And now we've got the next thing to do now is add 2 caps of salt. Now we're adding 40ml or 1.3 ounce of water now. Now we fill it right to the top of that, so there we go. So now another 3 caps of salt. What we're doing now is adding our blue raspberry. The next thing to do now is just let this run in 15 to 25 minutes, so we'll tune in then. Well, it's been 40 minutes now, so let's see how this turns out. We've definitely not got peak form, so I'm a little bit concerned about this. My personal opinion, I think it needs probably more ice on it. I think that's where I've gone wrong with this. But we'll try it anyway. Like I said, I've waited 40 minutes, I've waited long enough. So we'll go on to dispense now. And now let's pour into the cup. So one straw, how does it taste? It's very, very cool, but it's not slushy, that's the thing we'll say. It needed more ice in it, I think. That's where I've gone wrong with this. So it's formed a little bit in it, and it tastes very nice, like a slush puppet, like you'd expect because I just love blueberry, especially the blueberry flavoured slush puppy. But what's gone wrong, I think that one's on me. What I should have done is, I should have kept more of an eye on it when we've waited 25 minutes, as I did check at 25 minutes, and I should have put ice then. As it just wasn't forming correct. It should be peak forms, that's what should be dispensing slowly, but it's not. It's dispensing slow, it's like very thick syrup, but very, very cool. But I think it's on me. I'll take ownership of it. I'm not going to blame the machine. I think it's me. I just need to put a bit more ice and another round of water and salt with it. And I think it would have got peak forms then if we just needed more ice as it dropped down. Should have filled it up again. Put ice. Filled it up with more ice, more salt, more water. And I think that would have done it. So we should have done that around the 20-minute mark. I think that's what I've gone very, very wrong here. But it is what it is. I'll give it a rating in a minute. I can't give it any higher than 5 out of 10. So it's not turned out perfectly, so I can't give it a glowing review, as it's just not turned out that well for me. So I think it's on me, so I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Just because it's very nice and I like blueberries, getting a 3 out of 10 just for that reason. But we'll have another turnout, as I will show you again if I get it right, as I'll have a play with it. This was a raw review, just me going straight in blind, as I got all the ingredients. I thought we'll just do it raw, see how it turns out. It's not gone quite to plan, but we'll see if we get it right next time. If you fail first time, get it right next time, and we'll do that. But for me, it's a 3 out of 10. It's quite pricey. I'm a little bit disappointed that you don't get everything with it for £59. You've got to buy the syrups by itself and the cups and everything like that. But it doesn't have to be a slush puppy cup. You can use any cup you want if you want to use a plastic cup. But the syrups, not to get any syrups with it, I did find that a little bit disappointing, just to get a bland and just to get a machine. But oh well, it's what it is. But that, guys, has been my slush puppy review. Have you guys got it right first time? Where did I go wrong? Do let me know in the comments, where did I go wrong on this occasion? I know where I've gone wrong. I've not had enough ice. But don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more cocktail review, more review videos, as we'll be returning with the cocktails. So any cocktail recommendations, do let me know in the comments below. But I've been Mixed. Cheers.
This is the point where I normally say well made, Mixid. Was it well made? Anyway, thanks very much for today's halftime entertainment. You can go and check out Mixid's links there in the description. And thank you very much, Mixid, for tuning in. Much appreciated. My halftime thoughts, I thought City a bit too slow, a bit too pedestrian. Lacking a little bit of energy in midfield. Missing the drive of a Gundogan or a De Bruyne. So if there was any changes, obviously with De Bruyne being injured and not on the bench, we haven't got him as the option. So I think Gundogan for Stones or Rodri would be my change. Foden. I'd probably put Foden on the right-hand side, just to rotate and see how he gets on there. If I was pushing for a second, but other than that, the others are just pretty much squad depth that we're looking at, really, rather than players that are going to influence the game. But that's the position that City find themselves in, as we've got Rico Lewis, Phil Foden, and Ilkay Gundogan already warming up for Manchester City now. Why don't we have them out at half-time warming up? There we go. Assume some important team talks going on. So yeah, they're my changes. What would you do? Let me know in the live chat. So we're just 26 likes now away from 100 likes. So any help towards that will be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Hopefully this will become another 100 liked live stream, just like the last one at the weekend against Fulham did. Hopefully this one will be the same. At the moment though, 0-0 here between City and West Ham. And West Ham originally just went and sat deep as soon as the game kicked off there in the second half, but have managed to get forward with their players, so trying to make something happen here. We'll see. Aaron Cresswell just feeling the back of his hamstring. Don't know whether he's picked up a little knock. And Mahrez making the interception and out for a throw-in to West Ham. So Antonio's going to take this, and I think it's going to be a long throw into the box here from West Ham. Ogbonna gets forward. Long throw does come in. Not the best of throws, but it does get flicked on towards the near post. Rodri's there to pick the ball up. Ball gets cleared only as far as Cresswell. Man City looking to try and push out. Not the best of passes, and City can play their way out instead. Alvarez flicks it on and finds Haaland. Here's Jack Grealish now. He's got Alvarez and Haaland ahead of him. And looks like that should be a free kick for City. And is going to be the first yellow card of the game as well. Jack Grealish taken out there. Legged up, as we say here. And it is a yellow card there for Downs. Goes into the book in place of Declan Rice today. Flynn Downs. So he goes into the book. Free kick here for Manchester City. A pretty good position. Eunice, thanks for tuning in. Now just 24 likes away. Mahrez to take. Whips it in. Back ball! And it's Nathan Ake back in the starting 11 for Manchester City and back in amongst the goals in the 49th minute. It's exactly what Manchester City needed. It's a cracking ball in from Riyad Mahrez and boom, there it is. Nathan Ake with the header into the back of the net. Perfectly onside. Ogbonna's keeping everyone onside, and there is Nathan Ake with the all-important opening goal, which Manchester City find here early on in the second half. And West Ham, a team that's conceded the fewest amount of goals from set pieces this season, undone by a set piece by Manchester City. And it's Nathan Ake with the goal, and Manchester City lead here at the Etihad Stadium. And that is just what the doctor ordered for Manchester City. And now it just may open this game up. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just what City needed, that really. Just what City needed. And we've missed Nathan Ake over the last few weeks, haven't we? And of all the players to come back and find the goal is the Dutchman himself. Julian Alvarez just limping there. I'm not too sure what he's done. He's still walking pretty gingerly. Not the time, Julian. Anyway, City continue to probe and come forward. And here is Nathan Ake now. Gives the ball to Alvarez, who seems to be moving a little bit better now, which is good. Alvarez tries to get a ball across. Can't. West Ham can get it clear. Boy Racer. Agbonlahor, not heard his name in a little while. Is he still doing Talk Sport, Gabby Agbonlahor? Assume you mean Ogbonna. But it did, yeah, just pushing him forward to keep everyone on side there. Clever little tactic. Until it's done against us. As we're now nearly into the 80s. I wouldn't worry about it. I went onto a West Ham fan channel and they was asking me all kinds of questions about West Ham, and I was reading the comments afterwards, and all everyone was speaking about was my clear lack of knowledge for West Ham. I went, to be fair, I said I don't follow West Ham. I said I don't particularly pay attention to what West Ham are doing, because what West Ham are doing doesn't really affect Manchester City, so I don't, at this moment in time, keep too much of an eye at the beginning of the season about what West Ham are doing, because we played West Ham opening game of the season, didn't we? Away from home. Here's Haaland driving forward, gives it to Grealish, flicks it on. Haaland! I think it's his arm. No, and it's been defended by West Ham anyway, only as far as Grealish. So go on, Jack! And he has a shot and it's dragged wide. And City pushing here. Try and get that killer 2-goal cushion. Fancy if City can. I'd start making them changes, I think. Haaland made a really good run into the channel. Here's Antonio. Gets it to Emerson on the left, who gets a throw in, which Cresswell's going to take. And well flicked on here. Emerson gets it under control, gives it to Michail Antonio. He's got runners ahead of him. Can't find Jarrod Bowen though. Nathan Ake defends that out, and Manchester City can come away with the ball once more. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 22 likes to go to 100 likes. Subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description, also in the live chat. Here is Ruben Dias for Manchester City. Pings a ball forward, cleared by West Ham. Here's Downs. Excuse me. That's a poor pass out from West Ham. Alvarez finds Mahrez and doesn't really click between them two yet. Here's Alvarez once more though, mopping up. Finds the pass to Bernardo. And Jack Grealish can pick this ball up. Gives it to Nathan Ake. Grealish once more. Gives it back to Nathan Ake. Rodri. Goes to the back post. Walker wins the header. Only as far as Ogbonna. City till I die. Have missed a goal. It was Nathan Ake from a free kick from City. Whipped in by Riyad Mahrez. And header won by Nathan Ake. Heads it down into the ground beyond the keeper. And into the back of the net. Goal came in the 50th minute. Here's Ake now. Gives it to Jack Grealish. Nathan Ake once more. To Ruben Dias. As we're into the 80s now, 20 likes to go. Here's Ruben Dias. Gives it to Stones. Alvarez. Rodri. City want a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Referee says no. And West Ham can get it clear and can find Antonio and can break forward here. And City want the offside flag. Doesn't come. City can't believe it's not come. Antonio gets surrounded out. And City will get it clear now. Only as far as Ogbonna. Here's Cresswell. Gives it to Paqueta. Not the greatest of passes. And City will intercept through John Stones. Bernardo now gives it to Jack Grealish in a nice central position. Fred wants a Haaland. He goes down. He wants a penalty. Instead gets a corner kick. I mean, Kerr goes through the back of Haaland. I think he gets hold of the ball. And that's a saving grace there. Yeah, VAR saying no penalty. And if the referee pointed to the spot, VAR wouldn't have overturned that then. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it. John Stones wants a penalty now. Bernardo Silva just backed away. He could have got the ball then for City. And West Ham now breaking forward. And Antonio kind of stepped onto the ball. Here's Alvarez putting him under pressure. Finds the pass. Downs now. Playing forward. West Ham just trying to show that they have got that dangerous attack that City need to be careful of. But that's a good challenge from Rodri and out for a throw-in to West Ham. Clumsy from Ogbonna on John Stones. Chatterbox, you're spot on there. Game is far from won. And here's West Ham coming forward. Cross comes in and headed clear by Kyle Walker and out for a corner, which West Ham are encouraged by. But yeah, Mark, thank you very much for your kind comment there. I enjoyed featuring on the Mancunian way and my rant about City's poor ticketing system, which is once again the talk of the town. Final push towards the end of the season and tickets are hot in demand and City are just getting everything wrong. So corner here for West Ham. Odd tactic, they have 3 players right in front of the keeper. Headed clear by Rodri. Never looked like that was going to trouble City. That was an odd approach to a set piece from West Ham. And tried to put a cross in. Good block from Mahrez. No one's there to follow up for an interception. West Ham plant a ball back forward again. Ake deals with that from Ogbonna. Bernardo Silva takes a touch and he will lever that one clear for City and out of play for a throw into West Ham, which Pep applauds. He's happy with that. So we're on to the hour mark now. Don't forget, 20 likes away from 100 likes. When you help towards that, I'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And also don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Is that Kevin Nolan that I see as a coach for West Ham? As Koufal is down, receiving treatment. It's a great ball in that from Mahrez. West Ham blaming the line on them conceding that goal. And Koufal's evening is over. And Ben Johnson comes on for West Ham. And here's West Ham coming forward now. Downs finds Paqueta. Antonio takes a heavy touch, still finds the pass though. And West Ham can get another corner. Again through Paqueta, and West Ham just digging deep, and as stated before, game far from over. So a corner here for West Ham. Can they make it count? Not a bad ball in and put out a play there by Rodri. Targeting that near post. Another cross comes in and gets a big fist onto that Stefan Ortega-Moreno. City want a free kick, and City battle and get a free kick there. A bit of respite. I'm sure that'll make City feel a little bit better. Here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Ruben Dias. Erling Haaland now. To Stones. Kyle Walker. Mahrez picks the ball up. Threads a pass nicely into the channel of Erling Haaland. Into the penalty area. Takes 3 touches. Gets his cross in. With his weaker right foot. And it's always bending towards the keeper. And into the hands of Fabianski. Here's John Stones now. Mahrez. Walker gets his foot onto it, gets it clear. And that's excellent work from West Ham, and it brings in a foul on Rodri. City till I die. My first ever game was 2006. City took on Bolton in that bad Stuart Pearce era. And we lost 2-0 just before Christmas. I think it was like December 23rd or something. 2006. Ugh, terrible. Terrible. To be fair, Bolton were far better then than what they are now. We're talking like a Bolton team that were pushing on in Europe. Took on the likes of Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid and that. Very good team back in the day. Here's Jack Grealish now. Gives it to Rodri. Here's Ruben Dias. Rodri just pings a ball out to the back post and Jack Grealish takes one hit. Goes down. And I think the referee's given the free kick. It certainly looked like one if it wasn't. Boy Racer. I think Sam Allardyce might just be having everyone on. I'm sure Sam Allardyce will be thinking to himself that he's been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. He's had plenty of successes. He's a manager that most times knows how to keep teams in the Premier League. It just seems a little bit outdated. It was 10 years ago, I'd say, yeah, that's an awful free kick from City. From Julian Alvarez, and it just goes straight over the top of the crossbar. I don't really know what Alvarez was looking to do there. So Danny Ings is going to come on for West Ham. As we're approaching the 70th minute, we're now 19 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And also don't forget to check out BetMate, today's video sponsor. Links and details there in the description as Danny Ings comes on. First change of the game. See how we're doing on BetMate. How's JSGC performing on BetMate today? Not great. There we go. not great. Not gonna lie. Not great. Not the best pass that from Johnson. Finds Nathan Ake, and Ortega-Moreno can just distribute this out from the back for City. Riyad Mahrez, my vice captain. I could do with an Erling Haaland goal would suit. Yeah. Not brilliant. There we go. Here is Bernardo Silva now to Jack Grealish. Finds Alvarez. And Alvarez is going to have a shot. And on target. Good effort. Good save from Fabianski as well. City till I die says first trip to Main Road watching United take on Oldham. Was it a cup match? FA Cup? Must be a semi-final that. Neutral ground. Oldham Man United play it at Main Road. Makes sense. Grandad was a red. Mixed Sid used to be a red when he was growing up watching football and just kind of lost the love for Manchester United and decided he'll go and support his team where he's from, which is Preston, and found his love for football once more there. It was kind of the in-fashion thing to do through the 90s, supporting Manchester United. That's what City were competing with. It's strange to think that the same's kind of happening with Man City right now, that give it circa 10, 15 years. Here's Grealish. Threads the ball to Haaland. I think Haaland might be offside. He's found the back of the net. Flag hasn't gone up. So Erling Haaland sits down and he'll have a celebration. I'm going to wait until I've seen, because I think he might be offside. I'm just going to wait and see before I celebrate. But if this is the goal, it's Erling Haaland breaking the Premier League record with a lovely dink over the keeper. So let's have a look, see if it's onside. Yes, he is. It looks onside. Erling Haaland. It's a cracking ball from Jack Grealish. And you'd put your mortgage on Erling Haaland finding the back of the net there. It's a cracking finish. Fabianski gets a little fingertip onto it. City 2-0 up, and that's the killer 2-goal cushion. And if I'm Pep Guardiola, subs start getting made now. Start thinking about Leeds United. Let's not let fatigue become an issue here. We're 2-0 up. We've got that 2-goal cushion. Make it happen. It's a great finish from Big Erling. 35 Premier League goals. It's inevitable. He celebrates, he smiles. Phil Foden's there to greet him as he'll do his celebration. Got to love that. Goal given for City. City 2-0 up. And City on course now for 3 big points. Remember them 3 big points will send us top of the Premier League, and we play first this weekend. What a player Erling Haaland is. And believe it or not, people think Erling Haaland isn't a good fit for City. He isn't the right player. What an outrageous take. Here's Alvarez, City hungry for more. West Ham's game plan kind of undone. I think West Ham's game plan here, they may as well just continue sitting deep and doing what they're doing. I mean, I can't see West Ham conceding more than maybe one more, and losing 3-0 at the Etihad's not a horrific result. If they can hang it on to 2-0 and, had City nervous at half-time, not bad. Here's Grealish coming forward. Desmond says, crowd embarrassing. Why the hardcore English City fans are so silent? I think this is explained perfectly by a City fan who went to Wembley, and when they scored the penalty, people were making comments about why City's limbs and why the celebrations was very subdued. And a City fan summed it up perfectly. It's Man City taking on Sheffield United in the Cup semi-final. It was a penalty kick. And at the end of the day, Man City score a lot of goals. So it's not the fine, important celebrations or the relief celebrations. So Erling Haaland scoring an important goal will get celebrated, and pretty much that'll be it for City fans. They'll cheer, they'll celebrate, and that'll be the end of the matter. I mean, that's City scoring 136 goals this season. For every goal you score, you're not going to start chucking yourself down the stands and running on the pitch and lighting up flares and everything for it. And also, we are attacking the family stand second half. It's a brilliant finish from Haaland. Will he score 40 goals? That is the question. And I think if he stays injury-free and gets the minutes, I think that he will. So, guys, while we're having a little stoppage in play, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Just 16 likes to go to 100 likes. City on course here for a massive 3 points and going top of the Premier League once more. What's not to like about that? So let's get to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. As it gives me a perfect opportunity here to see JSGC rise 10 places, which is good to see in BetMate, and JSGC still far off being placed, but not as far off as what I was, less than 10 points away from the leader. And I tell you what, I could get a Bernardo and a Rodri doing something. Could be in. Could be in. It could be what we're looking for. As we're now 14 likes away. City preparing a couple of changes. Akanji's going to come on. I think Foden's coming on as well. Should be Ruben Dias or John Stones really coming off. And potentially Jack Grealish. Or Alvarez or Haaland. Jack Grealish brought down. That'll be a free kick for City. Subs can be made here for City. Ake is going to be the man that comes off. 75 minutes into his return. Good to see. I think Ake might start again potentially at the weekend. We'll have to wait and see. Grabs himself a goal and comes on. And Akanji is the man that comes on for Nathan Ake. Gamer, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And thanks for your kind comment there. And it's Alvarez that's going to come off for Foden. So it'll be interesting to see if this is Foden going in the centre and playing behind Haaland. As I think that'll be a good position for Foden. In particular with Kevin De Bruyne's injury. Maybe we already have an answer to somebody who could slot into that gap and help us in midfield in the form of Phil Foden. So we're now 13 minutes away from entering into the 90 minutes. City got that killer 2-goal cushion. Hopefully taking the sting out of this game. And hopefully guiding City towards 3 points. And City at the moment, a point on Arsenal, a game in hand on Arsenal, and 14 goal difference on Arsenal. Here is Ruben Dias now to Manuel Akanji. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. Here's Rodri now. Pivots well. Looks for space. Gamer, thanks very much. I do try and go into as much detail as possible about what I'm seeing. Because I know there's some people watching the game who don't particularly enjoy the commentary. So they might mute it and then let the time difference catch up. And then listen to some of my thoughts is what some people do. So I just try and be as in detailed as possible. I was just having general City chats as well. We have a good time here on the JSGC channel. As Foden switches play to the right-hand side. Mahrez in the penalty area. Getting it onto his stronger left thumb. Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones off balance there. Puts it high, puts it wide. Has a big grin on his face. And even some of the fans are laughing there. Puts it high and wide. And City remain 2-0 up as West Ham make another change here. We're going to see Jarrod Bowen likes to score past City, but not today. He's going to come off. And we're going to see Said Benrahma come on. I'm sure that's going to be a like-for-like swap on the right wing. I've only just realised Antonio's gone off. And that's a lovely touch from Mahrez. That is Foden driving forward, desperately unlucky. A good interception that actually from West Ham, and Paqueta does well before Benrahma gets the ball intercepted off him. But a ball pass out here from City, and West Ham can come forward. And I think West Ham were attempting an audacious chip over the top there from Pablo Fornals, and P rolls it out for a goal kick to Manchester City. The bill. Is that Erling Haaland taking his bobble out? Is it bobble out time for Erling Haaland? Do I like eating KFC? Yeah, it's good. Last time I had it, it was very greasy and I've not touched it since. But, yeah, it's alright. It's very expensive. Isn't everywhere now? Here's Benrahma then for West Ham. finds Fornals and gets a throw in for West Ham, which Rodri will kick away. David Moyes not happy about that. As we're now just 13 likes away from 100 likes. So guys, let's get them likes up. That would be great. Gamer, thanks for becoming an official JSGC member, giving you custom access to stickers, emojis, pictures and things to use on live stream, priority access to some of my videos, and a shout out to you as well. Thank you very much for that, much appreciated. Hoping to support the future content created here on the JSGC channel, so thank you very much to you, sir. Salute to you. As the offside flag goes up against City. 9 minutes remaining then. For Manchester City to secure the 3 points to send us top of the Premier League. We've got a massive game coming up. It's very rare, actually. Very rare. We're kicking off at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And because of the coronation of the King, Manchester City are kicking off at 3 p.m. That's been broadcast live. So there we go. I don't have to search for a stream. I'm sure you guys will be very happy that JSGC doesn't have to get dodgy links popping up for websites such as jerkmate.com. Instead can watch live. Well, I mean, the 3 p.m.s when I'm using the streams are entertaining. They're about 5 minutes behind everybody else. But we have a good time. We have a good laugh. They are very entertaining. Here's Ruben Dias. I'm fairly sure it's where all my mishaps happen as well. There's so much happening. I have to stream it on my phone, so I worry about my phone power. Having to think about this and that, as well as all the streaming and everything going on. So much for one person to do. The one-man band. As I said, it's fun. Very fun. Although I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am very happy it's been broadcast live. I think every game for City between now and the end of the season is going to be broadcast live. So there we go. Gamer, I'm going to be live, all being well, between every game from now till the end of the season except one. But we have to get there first for me to say I'm not going to be able to stream it. Which is, of course, the big Champions League final. That's the biggest game ever. JSGC won't be here for it. But I do have things in the pipeline if it does get to that. So, and we will have a watch along. Just to, might not be then. But I'll explain in much more detail if we do a very difficult task of getting past Real Madrid. But all games that are currently penciled in, confirmed, I'll be doing a live watch along for, as things stand right now. I was hoping to get to the Madrid game in the home game and do a final match vlog, which I was going to introduce as my final match vlog of the season, which now happens to be the Bayern Munich game, but there we go, is what it is. There'll be more times, I'm sure, for me to get to games. Here's Haaland then. 30 yards out, thought about a dink with his left foot, gives it to Bernardo, who squares it across and out for a corner to Manchester City. So, 6 minutes remaining here at the Etihad. We're now 11 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Let's get into the countdown and get into the nervous 90s as Mahrez whips a ball in. Stones was ready with a header, and that's a sweetly hit stroke shot into the back of the net. Have some of that. Foden back into the team off the bench and back in amongst the goals. And Manchester City wrap this match up with 3 goals, 3 points. And going top of the league as well, which is things we, of course, love to say. I think it's took a deflection. It's wrong-footed the keeper. Sweetly struck from Philip Walter Foden. Takes a massive deflection. I think it's off... is it off Emerson? It is. It's Emerson, and it wrong foots the keeper. And 3-0 Manchester City lead. Certainly not an own goal, that one. Phil Foden's getting that goal. Returns back into the team. And back in amongst the goals for City as well. And surely we're seeing Phil Foden starting on Saturday against Leeds United. And it's Big Sam. A good finish, that from Foden. And Manchester City now almost certainly putting themselves into a strong position. Fans now decided that's that. We're done. And heading home. City's 1,000th goal under Pep Guardiola, which is an outstanding achievement since 2016. And it's Foden with the goal. We all love Philip. And it's good to see. He was just finding form just before his injury. Sits out a few games and it could be a massive player between now and the end of the season. City looking for 4. Rodri can't find the pass. Very un-Rodri-like. Rodri can't find the pass. And West Ham coming forward. JSGC said 3-1. It'd be good to keep a clean sheet. He'll do the defence the world of good. Good preparation for Leeds, a 3-0 victory. Really good prep. Don't forget, guys, 11 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get them likes up. See what that's done for my bet mate. Yeah, rising, but I think it's just a bit too late of a push here from me. Bit too late of a push. Gamer, I won't get tickets for the match at Wembley. It won't come off season ticket sale, that one. And also, I'm heading away the next day very early, so I'm not able to go even if I could get tickets. So I'll be doing a live watch-along instead. Be a good live watch-along, that first ever Manchester derby in a cup final. We'll have a little bit of an extravaganza for it. Why not? And if we get into a position where we're winning the Premier League, we'll have a big extravaganza for that as well. Hopefully we'll have some really big big performances and some really big live watch-alongs for you guys to look forward to. JSGC looks forward to May and extravaganzas and trophy season as Kalvin Phillips is preparing to come on for the last couple of minutes. As we're now into the nervous 90s. 10, we're starting the countdown to 100 likes. 10 away. Any help towards that would be great, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. And Mick Sid, you've missed plenty of goals free for Man City in the second half as West Ham could be in here. And shot comes in. It's saved by the keeper. Rebound. Fornals. Blocked and cleared by Foden. City keeping hold of that clean sheet for now. Here's West Ham continuing to come forward, trying to find that goal as we're now 9 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Downs, bringing the ball forward. Can we get there before full time for 100 likes? That would be brilliant. We're so close in the 90s now. 91 not out. Ball comes in from West Ham. Not a very good one and collected by the keeper. As we're now 8 likes away from 100 likes. We're making progress. 7 likes away from 100 likes. David Moyes looks a little bit frustrated. I mean, West Ham haven't played a bad game. They've sat deep. They've made life difficult for City. City just picked them off when they've needed to. Gamer, I'm sure you'll get to the Etihad one day. Don't give up on your dreams, my friend. It will happen one day. 6 likes away. Kalvin Phillips, big smile on his face. I get some minutes. I can come on. 5 likes away. As Rodrigo is the man that leaves 3 likes away. Ah, very nice. 3 minutes added on. 3 likes to go. Let's have a big push. Let's get there in these next 3 minutes of added on time here. We've already had 30 seconds of them. Big Kalvin Phillips is on to make the difference for City. I'm not sure Kalvin Phillips is going to be starting against Leeds. When I was speaking about him getting some much needed game time, 20, 30 minutes, not 2 or 3 minutes. But there we go. That's what we were looking for. Here is Stefan Ortega-Moreno now. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Here's Kyle Walker. As we're now 2 likes away. We're nearly there. 2 minutes to go. Can we do it? Here's Bernardo. Manages to get a throwing off Benrahma for City here. And Manchester City nearly there. Nearly there. Gamer Article, thank you very much for the $6.99 donation. ZAR, I'm not sure what currency that is. Please enlighten me. Always like to be knowledgeable. But thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Shout out to you. Remember, any donations that's made to the JSGC channel just goes back into being put into the channel and making top quality content for you guys. So thank you very much for that, Gamer. Do appreciate it. Helping to support the future content created here on my channel. As we're into the final minute, here's Bernardo Silva, squares it across, Foden! Oh, nearly 4 there for Manchester City, as we're now just 1 like away. So my question to you guys, who wants to be the 100th like on today's live watch along? As we've got 30 seconds remaining of this game. ZAR is South Africa. There we go. The currency. What is it? What's the South African currency? I should know this and I don't. The South African Rand. There we go. As Bernardo Silva wins the man of the match. Sub 2, thanks very much for that. Much appreciated. As we do have the full-time whistle. And Manchester City return to the top of the Premier League. And with Manchester City playing first before Arsenal, it does mean that if Manchester City can win every game between now and the end of the season, we're going to be Premier League champions. And I'm hoping that this is going to be the point where Man City sit top of the Premier League and are now going to stay there. Arsenal have had a whopping near 250 days at the top of the Premier League. Man City, not had that many, but we've got the chance here now to grab the opportunity with both hands and keep hold of our top spot. We have some massive, monumental games coming up for you guys to enjoy, including 3 p.m. Saturday, Coronation Day, Manchester City in a prestigious king-like position, because a 3 p.m. game is being streamed, which is what we like to see. So I will see you guys for that live watch along. Remember, we are just 1 like away from 100 likes. So if anyone wants to be that, then that would be much appreciated. Remember, I will be live on Saturday, 2:30 p.m. BST. I'll see you sharp for that one. We'll have all the build up to that. I'll be speaking all things transfer tomorrow. We'll have the preview for the Leeds game up on Friday. Live watch along out on Saturday for you guys. As we smash 100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. Another live watch along that hits 100 likes. And sub 2, thank you so much for the $5 Australian donation. It says top of the league, champions of England. Not just yet, but certainly looking good and into a strong position. A big +3 for Manchester City. We're in a position now. We can win against Leeds United, putting ourselves into where we want to be. We've seen this on the day that Erling Haaland becomes the leading all-time Premier League goal scorer in one full season. 35 goals. The big question now, can he do something no player has done or got near to? Can he get the big 40-plus goals in a Premier League season? Ronaldo, Henry, Shearer, not managed it. Haaland could well do that. 5 more goals is needed. Erling Haaland is getting a guard of honour. We love that. He's getting a guard of honour. So whilst Erling Haaland gets his guard of honour, I want to say a big thank you to you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated. Erling Haaland's milking all this in. He loves it. He loves it. We're going to applaud here on the JSGC channel as well. Runs his way through and gets pelted and pelted and pelted. He's big. He's quick. And Erling Haaland loving life right now. Jude Bellingham. You're friends with Haaland. You played with him at Borussia Dortmund. Surely he wants this. Surely he doesn't want Real Madrid over this. We'll speak more about that one tomorrow. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, they're in the description below and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget TikTok link, that's in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Let me know your thoughts while we're live in the live chat. If you're watching this after the game, then let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We've hit 100 likes. Let's see if we can hit 110 in the post-production. That would be absolutely fantastic. And don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description. I want to just have a look at today's winner, which isn't JSGC. Climbed up in that second half, up 20 places, up to 48. Not been placed, though, for a paying position, which is unfortunate. But the pot has been claimed today by just half a point, and it goes to M1MDR. So well done to you. Shout out to you winning today's pot with Ortega-Moreno in goal, getting 7 points. TAA and John Stones getting 12 points across the board for them. Captain Lucasz Paqueta getting him 12 points. Vice-Captain Palina getting him 12 points. 7 points for Haaland, 7 points for Salah, and just chipping away there at the BetMate pot there and winning a grand total of £120. So congratulations to him. If you want to go and check out BetMate, links and details, they're in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign-up and you'll get £10 in free bets. The links and details there in the description. And also, remember, it is free to download. Anyone that does check out BetMate does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. John, Julia, Sub2, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. The geezer Dan makes a very good point there. Leeds, you would expect, should be an easier game. Leeds not in as good form as what West Ham are. Under Sam Allardyce, new manager, I'd say anything can happen. What I am expecting is Leeds to sit very firm in City. Weren't at their best first half, much better in the second half, need to be clinical against Leeds. We've got a big +3 here, need to win that game, and then we can turn all our focus onto Real Madrid, and we can't move that focus onto Real Madrid until we've got the job done on Saturday. I expect to see more rotation. We'll see. We'll speak more about that in my preview on Friday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my transfer update. And remember, I will have my match review out for you guys later on this evening for you to go and check out with some of my thoughts from this game. That'll be live within the next hour or so. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Wednesday evening as we descend onto the weekend. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Today well and truly belongs to Erling Haaland, the man, the myth, the legend, the new Premier League leading all-time top goal scorer in a season. 35 goals and counting. See you soon. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.